of how many
So
times.
tell us about some of the art and the posters that are in this room.
Okay, most of these posters are historical or related to the Panther legacy, at least, or related to something I'm interested in. But my interest is only the party, and my girlfriend. My girlfriend and my family. Okay, I am a Bobby Hutton person. When I first seen Bobby Hutton, it kind of opened up a special thing to me. So I got a lot of Bobby Hutton stuff. So in here, I have, in these file cabinets, I have underground newspapers. I have a very thorough underground newspaper collection. Now, underground newspaper are papers that came out in the 60s and 70s as alternative newspapers. So it's like the Black Panther Party newspaper, right? So in our collection here, we have the Chicago Sea, right? The Chicago Sea was one of the first underground newspapers to employ using color. This came out of Chicago, right?
And these are, you're showing us African American newspapers.
No, these are not Afro.
Just in general underground.
Just in general, because I'm not just an Afro-American person. The struggle is not just Afro-Americans. We might be in the struggle, but everybody is involved with the struggle. And if you're really doing research on the party, they carried a lot of articles about the Chicago chapter of the Panther Party where you're not going to get it anywhere. If you don't got this paper, you're not going to know what Chicago was doing, right? Like, this paper is Rolling Stone. Before Rolling Stone became the magazine it is today, it was a paper that's like this, right? Right, so you have that. You have the movement which came out in the Bay Area. This issue is dealing with women in the struggle. It's also a leading newspaper. The Berkeley Bar out of Berkeley. The Idea, right? This paper dealt with a lot of Chicano issues. United Farm Workers, La Raza, the rise of La Raza education and so forth. This newspaper was getting together. This paper was put out by the Red Guard, a group that the Black Panther Party helped establish in San Francisco in Chinatown back in '69. This is the Berkeley Tribe. This paper grew out of the Berkeley Bar. People from the Berkeley Bar had a dispute with the owner and they started their own paper. I like the Tribe better than the Bar because the Tribe is kind of sexist because they have a lot of women, anti-women stuff in it. And this is more revolutionary stuff like that. So this is when young people come to find out about the party. Sit back, they research to the paper. Like this right here. People are really surprised. This is called the Giant Robot. Very rare. I got a copy. This is a young hip-hop magazine for Japanese people, right? But this issue is special because they paid tribute to their elders. How they're able to, because they're able to do the things they're do in America. They had people that come before them and they honor them in this issue. These are members of Asian people that were Panthers. Lee Lu Lee, he did a documentary called All Power to the People. That was a bad documentary. Richard Aoki, he was the original field marshal of the party. Matter of fact, we got our first, Huey and Bobby got their first guns from this Asian American, right? And so there was a number of people who were Asian that were associated with the party. Alex Ng, he's with the Red Guard. Yuri Kamamochi, she fought for political prisoners. Now, she was a personal friend of Malcolm X, right? This is her right here. And when Malcolm was shot and killed, she was the one in the picture standing over and giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So, it's...
Yellow Panther.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we call them, Yellow Panther. They were, remember, Yellow Power, right? Because that was the phrase at first, Yellow Power, or actually Richard Aoki started using that at first, right? To identify radical Asians and stuff like that. He was a UC Berkeley student, right? He was part of the ethnic studies department, the strike. He was part of that and stuff like that. So you had a number of other people. Where is this at? This is Richard Aoki. He was a party member. And his guy, he was a party member up in Seattle. He was an Asian, he was a Japanese American, he was a martial arts expert. So he got a lot of respect from the Asian community because they know he was a kind of Asian guy. He was a master martial arts. He sold Mercedes cars downtown. He was a very successful guy, but he was a homie, right? And all the other young Asian Pacificers who was coming over from Asia, coming to Seattle during the 80s and stuff, he would always be trying to talk to them and stuff, but they would never disrespect him because they know that he would kick their ass. He know they would kick their butt, so he had respect one way or another. So here, when people come here, I try to take them a couple levels deeper than what they would get at the public library. Because I have personal experience and done these things and know these people or been doing this all my life, I have a certain insight that your local librarian or student who's doing this on a work study basis has. So people or department heads or people who are doing documentaries and movies come here, sit long hours, go through the books, ask me a million questions and so forth. But as you look around the room, a lot of this art is reflective of what I've been doing. You know, I have different artists doing art. This particular picture right here is on wood. This is done by Pete Betancourt, who's a well-known artist in the Sacramento region. This piece right here was done by Charlotte O'Neill, of a sister going into her closet and pulling out her sign. It's time to pull it out and go as to help political prisoners, right? So this other one is a centerfold out of the Black Panther Party newspaper. This poster right here was given to me by the PLO when I went to Cuba. This is a picture of Asada. This is a picture of me and Asada when we met up in Cuba. You know, she's in exile, right? My girl. And so this is me doing my job back in the day with Huey Newton.
Is that you?
That's me. Doing my job, making sure nothing happens to the Minister of Defense.
Huey Newton was styling.
Huey Newton always styles. Yeah, so anyway, this is another picture. We're demonstrating in front of the court. This is myself and other Panthers marching in demonstration. So anyway, so I've done that. Now, in today, what I do is collect stuff. All these, like for all these different binders here are full of Panther-related stuff, right? Panther newspapers, 1969. These are 1968, 69, in very good condition. Now, I got a number of these folders. Now these are some of the books that I've been involved with. Either they've used a couple of my photos or I did an interview with them, right?
That's amazing. And are you doing this all by yourself, or you have help?
My partner Gail, she's not here now, but other than that, she's my main source. She gets a lot of credit, but she's behind the scene kind of thing, you know. Because back in the day, I first met her in 1971. She worked with this group I was telling you about, United Front Against Fascism. This group that went out and got signatures for the Community Control of Police. But she was one of those people. She worked on that, and also she worked on a couple of boycotts. Where it was when we was working with United Farm Workers, boycotting grapes and lettuce in the 70s. So I knew her for a long time, and when I moved to Sacramento from Mountain View, California. I was living down the Silicon Valley for about 5 or 6 years. And the job that I had went on strike. And my partner that was in the Panther said he was working on a job. They were hiring people, and they was giving all the overtime that you needed, right? So I came up here and started working at the rice mill, and just stayed in Sacramento. And I ran into her at a protest in 1995. It was called Hip Hop on the Capitol. Hip hop was kind of new at that time. And so they were having a big thing at the Capitol. Because, the Capitol was anti-hip hop, so they wouldn't have it at the Capitol. So she was there at this event, and I happened to see her because she looked like she did from back in the day. And so from that event, we kind of kept in touch and stuff like that. And then I let her know we was having a reunion. She came to the reunion, and we kind of kept in contact. But that's been over 30 years ago. So, she's my better half. She understands party politics. She's instrumental. She helped me lay out maybe about 5 issues of the Black Panther Party newspaper. I do print a paper maybe annually. Have Emory Douglas, who does the art. Big Man used to do all the articles, but he passed away a few years ago. So I do it like once a year. Print Black Panther Party newspaper with information on what Panthers are doing currently in geographical areas and stuff like that. I always do an article on Tanzania, because a lot of comrades have gone over there, Gail's been over there like 10 times, stuff like that. So there's many, many lessons today. I'm connected with many groups that's doing good stuff across the country, So being connected with the Black Panther Party legacy has been all positive for me. Only thing really negative is these days is Black Panther Party members passing on. And at this rate, average Panther is like 70-something. So, no telling. So,
Thanks so much for your time today,
all right.
Mr. Billy.